welcome to Game 2 of our doubleheader. It's been pleasant so far here at Kings High School. It's just a great atmosphere that's been filling up with the boys' game coming up, and the girls won by a final tally of 57-15, a 42-point victory. And that was a real one-sided affair as it turned out, and it became that in the first quarter. And now the boys are getting set to go here as they just honored the senior night here at Kings High School. Mike Martin Gym, the founder of Christa Ministries, is who the gym is named after. And another great setting here is the football stadium that is just nestled in there so beautifully. And really a great place to hang out and watch a football game. This is a nice gym right here for people to enjoy Kings and the opposition. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig, and this is really a fun day to get out here and do a couple, not just one game, but two. And I want to mention that our sponsors are Airfield Espresso, home of the Parachute Punch, amongst other great tasty items. And also McDaniel's Do-It Center, a advertiser with us since the very beginning. GNS Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning, Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning, Gene Johnson Plumbing, and Bickford Ford. Thank you to all of them for that. We like the fact that Bickford came on board this year.
Very much
so. It's nice to have that. I'm a Ford driver, so thank you, Bickford. So is Mrs. Elvig, is the lovely Susan, right?
Everybody in the family is a Ford driver.
Everybody's a Ford, of course, right. You have the red machine. You have a full fleet. You have the red machine, a beautiful truck. All right, let's take a look at the starters for this game. First for Overlake, starting as a guard, a senior, Roman Peterson. Also starting as a sophomore forward, Jack Wiley. Sophomore guard, Alec Odell. And a forward senior, Isaac Odell. And then John Rolfe starts as a senior forward. The head coach of Overlake, make sure we have the name here. Well, hold on, let's just get to finish the starters up. And it's going to be Roman Peterson. Also, once again, that's going to be Jack Wiley, Alec Odell, Isaac Odell, and John Rolfe. Now the starting lineup for the Kings Knights. Their head coach is Rick Skeen, assistant Rick Myers, Dave Gehrig, Joe Stack, Adam Schidmeyer, and Eddie Stinson. They have a full staff over there. And we have Kings with starting first of all as a senior guard, Shane McGahee. Also starting as a senior guard, that'll be Matt Abano. Senior guard is Jaden Mara, and forward senior, and that is Cooper Rolfs. And as a 6'2 senior guard, Will Poland. So you've got McGahee, Fick, Amano, Mara, Rolfs, and Poland. As they get set to inbound at half court, it'll be the Overlake Owls here on STSPN.com. We're glad to have you here.
Did you see the move the refs did here at the beginning?
I was doing the starting lineup.
And they each ran their direction.
Just bolted out.
Well, no, it was like some kind of premeditated move.
Well, it might have been, and specifically for our viewers. You know, those officials
right.
Out to entertain. Kings, I like the uniforms. They got the checkerboard on the sides. That looks pretty cool. That one's rifled out of bounds, but it was last touched by an Overlake player. So here we are, folks. Second game of the doubleheader. Thanks for being with us. Yeah, you do that first game and just getting a nice groove, and then it's like ready to roll for the second one. The biggest thing as an announcer is just trying to get starters and some other information in between games because it moves along pretty quick. But having senior night kind of helped us out a little bit right there. Kings with the basketball, just trying to get things going here. Up in the shoreline area, north of Seattle. Three-point jumper. Boy, did he have ice in his veins on that one. Will Poland. Beautiful. As he nails that one. Poland averages 9 points per game. The ball's thrown away, and it will be Kings basketball. Here come the Knights out of backcourt. Near those many state championship banners. I think halftime is where I'm going to go out and count them up. We have a whistle, 3 in the key is the call. The umpires for this, the officials for this game are Ryan Taylor, Tony Burkhalter, and Todd Howell. We've seen Tony Burkhalter a lot through the years. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of baseball, so excuse me.
Yeah, the umps, refs, white hat.
Well, it's been a blast because this past few weeks I've been getting an opportunity to fill in doing the Aqua Sox games on public address for Tall Tom Lafferty, and we certainly wish him well as he's out on some leave for a while. Well, this time of year, you're used to doing basketball, not so much, or baseball, not so much high school basketball, but it's certainly a bonus, Todd, that we were able to get a season in, and I know the athletes really, really wanted to get going. Who could blame them? Cooped up.
I muted
Kings Overlake with the basket almost 2 minutes into the start of the first quarter here. Driving in, number 0. Nice soft touch. That is not easy to do. Shane McGahee with the floater. He had pressure on him, and he still was able to get that shot off, and beautiful teardrop in there.
Oh.
Well, that one didn't work.
That didn't work.
One of the rare times that doesn't work, you try to throw it off the opponent. No look pass. Can he bury it? It would have been a great completion of the play right there had he been able to hit that shot. And here they come the other way. That one touched by many players as it finally goes out of bounds. 5:32 to go here in the first quarter, and in for Overlake will be Jake Shuey.
Now, if anybody's wondering where the cheerleaders are, that was filmed a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, they're not here at this point, but I remember when you did that, because you like to get, and as a great network-style producer would like to do, you like to get some other shots instead of just the game themselves, because it takes more than just the players to make this a great production. It's the cheerleaders, it's the bands,
yep.
It's the the different fans in the stands, the parents. It's a team effort.
Yep, and especially like if parents feel like they need to come out of the stands and do something odd, that's really good for ratings too.
Absolutely. But it's nice to get those shots from time to time.
No, I collect those. I actually think I have most all the schools in Wesco.
That foul was called against Isaac Odell, his first team foul. Kings has not committed a foul yet. A little tight guard in there, pretty physical as he goes in. And there is a foul finally called. So that's going to be the second foul against Overlake. They're going to make a substitution too. This will bring 2 shots. Trying to get the read on the foul right there. So that is team foul number 2. And at the foul line with 2 shots will be Shane McGahee. There it is. First trip to the line for either team. Coming in for the Owls will be Conrad M. Kings players over to chat with the head coach. 3 of them over here while McGahee completes the foul shots. There's the second one dropping in. 2 for 2 for Kings and him, and 4 points in the game for Shane McGahee. Will Poland has the other points in the 3-pointer. 7-2, biggest lead in the game. Kings on top by 5 points. Drive in, drop off on the pass, and it's going to be 2 shots the other direction. Fouls on Matt Amano, his first foul, first team foul. At the foul line will be Jake Shuey. So, quick turnaround. I mean, when you think about it with wrapping up, so we got lacrosse tomorrow. That's the lacrosse championship?
Yep, that's what they're calling it for the division, the Wesco division.
And there's going to be a conference tournament champion crowned here, too, next week when they get going with that. Shuey hits the second foul shot. 7-3, as Kings will work it into front court. Also a team like the girls that move the ball well. Look at that. There's a perfect example of it. But nothing better than when you're talking about something and then the team does it, right?
Isn't that nice?
Oh, yes. Pull-up jumper. Oh, was that nice? Off the pass from McGahee. That is Will Poland. He's hit 2 of those. 6 points for Poland. He leads all scorers. It's 10-3. That foul is going to go against Jaden Mara, who entered not too long ago. In for the Owls will be Isaac Odell, and they'll just inbound on the baseline. Yeah, I've always liked this area as you start getting closer and closer to Snohomish County. Driving underneath, putting it in is Alec Odell. Just like the area and the way people think and such up there in Snohomish County, too, as well as the North King County area, which I say that because I've spent a lot of time in both areas.
Yeah, it's a little bit more laid back. I mean, the people are a little bit, you know,
a little more laid back.
Nice people.
Good people. Anyway, the Owls with the basketball. That looked good on the release, but he can't get it to fall. Strong rebound that time by Cooper Rolfs. The Kings waste no time coming into front court. Oh man. Shane McGahee just buries that 3-ball. McGahee with 7 points in the game as Kings is going to make a big substitution right here. Now 13-5. This is their biggest lead of the game. And they're just doing it with teamwork. Looks like an offensive foul. Foul's going to go on Jake Shuey, his second. His first, it should be third team foul. And that is the case. 2 team fouls against Kings. New players in for Kings, amongst them Tyler Linhart. Also Lucas Pendergast.
How tall is that
Jordan
22
Hansen.
guy?
Well, let's take a look. That is 6'7".
Yeah, he looked like he looked like a footer from here.
Yeah, that height always helps, and you know, especially if they're a good player.
Yep.
And that is the case for him.
You can't coach height.
No, look at him. Good for 6'7", handles the ball well. Look at that. Pull-up jumper. Well, he had the right idea, just didn't get it to drop. Kings quickly with the rebound. They got some serious height out there. Big mismatch pretty much all the way around. And Kings having a fabulous season. 10-1 in conference play, 12-1 overall. Off the glass. That was a work of art. Jordan Hansen, the junior. He almost got that to drop. Had a nice drive in there. Held ball. That's going to stay with the Owls. Now, just looking at with these Kings players, Jordan Hansen averages 21 points per game. Tyler Linhart averages 20. Both those guys did not start because they wanted to start seniors, which is a nice gesture always on senior night. But Kings has a total of 5 seniors and 6 juniors. And the 2 juniors of the 6 know how to score some points. They average 41 points combined. They will be back next year. And
nice.
Kings always strong in basketball. When you get to the state tournament, and that is played at the Sundome when it's played, which will be next spring, hopefully, and Kings will be there. I'm quite sure of that. They usually are. And, of course, they've won the state title before. Owls get the basketball away from the Knights. Good move inside. He just couldn't get it to dry. They get it up on the, almost like, I think a Kings player may have knocked it in. They'll give it to Shuey. And it's an 8-point lead. Good ball handling. He's going to have to move it around, though. That's been the key for Kings out here. There's the 6'7" player. Missing on that one, Tyler Linhart. This foul is going to be called against Conrad M. His first, team foul number 4. Checking in for Overlake will be Jack Wiley. So, yeah, you've got Seattle Academy and Kings tied. Each is 10-1 in league, 12-1 overall. Seattle Academy is another strong program. They are located on First Hill in Seattle, right by Seattle University, literally across the street from some parts of Seattle U. And they have had a really good program for some time. That's a growing program, too. Owls with the basketball, trying to make something happen. 13 on the shot clock. Poked away, and Kings will have it. Still in the first quarter of play, Kings up by 8. The girls won by 42. They instituted the mercy rule. That one comes off the rim. And the Owls will grab the rebound here. They come out of backcourt. So, like the girls, the Owls are hanging in there. We got a timeout called by Overlake. This is a 30, and we'll be back in 30 on STSPN.com.
Bickford Ford is Western Washington's #1 Ford truck store. Northwest weather is always a challenge, and we work regardless of what it's doing outside. Your truck better do more than just come along for the ride. It needs to work as hard as you do. The Ford Super Duty is that truck. Since 1934, Bickford has been matching the best truck to the right job. See one of Washington's largest inventories of F-Series and Super Duty trucks. Bickford Ford, on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish and Bickford.net.
We are live, 1:04 to go in the first quarter. I'm Mark Aucutt along with Todd Elvig. And Todd, let me just say this, because this will be our final game to get to do together in this abbreviated season. We did a soccer, and then it'll be 3 basketballs games. And trust me, I would like to do more, but I've been requested elsewhere, and I'm thankful for that. But any chance
you're over there with Willits up there. At,
oh, yeah. Willits and I are up there working as a tag team.
Yeah,
Steve Willits and I've been doing the PA. He's been doing the on-field, and we've been having fun with that. Yeah, the Aqua Sox are 12-4 at home and been having a great season. Look at the lead pass that time. Oh, that was beautiful. That was just beautiful. McGahee with the basket. He's got 9, but it was Linhart who led him perfectly. 17-7. Poked around. We have 37 seconds to go here in the first quarter. That's going to be a foul against Kings. Carson Clowers with the foul, his first. Third team foul. He'll just be out of bounds.
Should be 17.
Now the Owls will try again. 10-point lead, the biggest of the game. And part of it's just penetrating that defense. And Kings doing a good job. Look at that, trapping up high. And now working around the perimeter. That's going to come loose, but the Owls get another chance at it.
Man, if he would have caught that, he could have probably put that right up for a 3.
I'll tell you, whether it be girls or boys, Kings comes to play. No messing around. They are up in your face on the defensive end, and offensively they move it so well. And see right there, they just forced a turnover. Man, they're making me look good, aren't they? I'm just like, what the heck? As soon as I say it, something happens. I feel blessed.
Well, those tall guys, they got a wingspan of about 15 feet.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. That is such, and it does force you to adjust on the passes, and it clogs up the passing lane, which is exactly what the defense is trying to accomplish. You want to do whatever you can to raise havoc with the offense and force them into making a turnover, making a mistake, being off balance for shots, all those things. Underneath, they try, and well, he couldn't hold it, but he thought he got hacked. That is the end of the first quarter, and it was one-sided. 17-7 is the score as Kings is on top by 10. This is the home for high school sports, STSPN.com.
Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Start of the second quarter. Tell us a little bit about Gene Johnson and Gene Johnson Plumbing.
They keep expanding. You know why? Because people like to use them. They are just such a great family-owned plumbing company, and I got to tell you, it's really great to work with them.
Kings with the basketball up by 10, 17-7. Where are they headquartered at?
Right out of Ballard.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, it's great to have them on board. There is
Wow.
a three-pointer. Again, watch that ball movement. That was Jordan Hansen. He's got a total of 5 points. It's 20-7 as Kings opening it up. 13-point lead is their biggest. Well, I tell you, Tyler Linhart is fun to watch, and he's got a real complete game. And thing is that you see him as a junior here, and he'll just keep working at it over the summer, which is pretty much coming up in a few days. Jordan Hansen connects. He's another really good one. Averaging 21 points a game. He's got 7 and came off the bench, too, because they started all those seniors. 22-7 it is.
What's number 4 on Overlake there? Is he
Jack Wiley, as far as points are concerned?
No, is he a junior, senior? What is he?
Jack Wiley, my friend, is a sophomore. I'll run down the class breakdown for them, too. Look at that. That should be a chance for a three-point play. Jordan Hansen taking it to the rack and 1. Foul indication coming up. Count the hoop. That is going to be on Wiley, the sophomore we were just talking about, his first. Into the game is Roman Peterson. Also, Kings will make a substitution. Lincoln going into the lineup for the Knights. We haven't seen Lincoln yet. So it's a 24-7 lead for Kings and a chance to make
Wiley
it 18.
Is his name?
Oh, that rattled out. And he goes 0 for 1 at the foul line. They are 2 for 3 overall. Overlake is 1 for 2. Good defense. It paid off. Look at that. Hansen getting it done on both ends of the court. There's Kings. Bit of an alley-oop.
Oh, he was
tough.
thinking about it.
The timing was just a little bit off that time because he took it as he was about to come down due to the gravity factor here on Earth. And he tried so hard to get it up. But it's really hard when you're going down and trying to push up when you're up in the air like that. If he'd have made that, I probably would have toppled all the way onto the floor from the stage here. And Todd would have had to finish the game by himself.
Yeah, that
There's another steal.
Ugly.
Look at this guy. Jordan Hansen. These guys are fun to watch. Oh, he thought shot. McGahee did. Now he says, I'm going to come in a little bit and bury that one. Oh, my. 12 points for Shane McGahee. That's his second three-pointer, Todd. He had 9 points in the first quarter, and that's his first 3 here in the second. It is 27-7.
Well, he saw the shirts.
Well, and see, that's just it.
It's a motivating factor.
Kaylee and Jada saw him too and go, well, I'll tell you what. Not only do we want to win this game, but we also want those shirts.
Yeah.
Timeout. This is a full timeout called by Overlake. That means a timeout for us too. And we'll be back with more here on STSPN.com. Back with more here. So let's talk about another sponsor. They've been on since the beginning. When Todd started doing this back in 1897, and that would be McDaniel's Do-It Center.
The same year as the Boy Scouts started.
Yes, I believe that's true. So McDaniel's Do-It Center, give us a good plug on them.
Well, Brad and Bob, they've just been such a great sponsors to us, and they every season they're just right there with us. They say, you know what? The community wants to see the sports, so we're in.
Yeah, and that's what you really like. And when you look at our sponsors, and more we'd like to get, the ones we have who've been with us a long time too, you like to say they get it. They understand the importance of high school sports, as that one's going to go out of bounds, and how important it is to the community. It doesn't matter what era. This gives us a chance to get it out to anybody, whether they're at home, whether they're in the car, as a passenger, hopefully not driving and watching us. They can have the audio on. Or, whether they're here. I mean, it gives you an opportunity.
I think high school sports is that last bastion of being able to be in a competition without having all kinds of political stuff going on the outside.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. You know, we know they feel strong about certain issues and stuff, but you don't see it coming out. It's just let them play.
Yeah, it's just let's watch the game.
Lincoln going with the foul, his first fourth team foul. Each team has 4. Sitting at 27-7 with just under 5 minutes to go. 20-point lead for Kings. And we have a foul against the Knights. That's going to go against Will Poland, his first 5th team foul. So what will you do now with the shorter summer between seasons, although you usually do boys soccer to some degree and baseball, weather permitting. Checking in for Overlake, Corin Singh is in. And so what will you do now that as you start getting ready for football? In 2 days we'll start here, if they start on time, in just a couple of months.
Yeah, no, it's pretty quick.
Less than a couple of months. That one's knocked out of bounds. Well, I really feel, I mean, we've all gone through this pandemic and had to make adjustments. Every single one of us on the planet that's virtually living and breathing. But for the students, the student athletes, the kids, especially the high school level too, you know, these are such great moments for them. And, you know, like last year was virtual graduation. I'm sure a lot of that will still go on this year. But to see them have an opportunity to get out and do this. Oh, that was a nice idea, but he threw it right into the hands. But I'll tell you, the thing that really impresses me is Tyler Linhart just has a well-rounded game. This one's going back and forth. All we need is some hockey sticks out there, and it'd be looking like they were on the ice. Offensive foul. And the entire Kings bench knew it, approves of it. That one is going to go against Shuey. It should be his second. 4:19 to go in the second quarter. Kings holding on to that 27-7 lead. They have outscored Overlake 10-0 here in the second quarter. Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig. And again, we thank you all for viewing and being loyal. Alley-oop. Oh! I just watched to see if they could make that happen.
I know they're waiting to do that. And
yeah, they've gone with the alley-oop a couple of times, and that one was a dunk attempt. The other one was a lay-in attempt over on the left side, and it's going to be out of bounds. Overlake will have the basketball.
I always hate to see them miss that, because then they're a little bit less likely to want to try it again. And I just love getting those on replay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are an Elvig special right there. And you do, if people just will take and watch the production every year, you take it up another step. Sometimes it's, and oftentimes it's within the year.
Yep. Within
the season.
You got to try and do your best.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. Overlake trying to do their best right now and penetrate. Not going to happen. Got it back. Good move. But see, nobody had possession, so the shot clock went off. Overlake with 10 turnovers, Kings with 5. And Overlake will sub in Jake Shuey, who saw a considerable amount of action earlier. And Kings will have the basketball in backcourt with the commanding 20-point lead. But I'm all for, I know we cover Western Conference Wesco very well throughout the year. Oh, look at that no-look flip. Get in there. There it is. Because you like to see a play like that completed. Jordan Hansen with the basket. He now has 9 in the quarter, 11 in the game, and that was from Shane McGahee. Al's going to try something. Over off the left side. Good shot by Mark Huang. His first points of the game are 3 of them. We just encourage everybody to watch how well Kings moves the ball, just like their girls program. And McGahee, who is definitely a big part of what goes on out there.
What happened there?
Is a senior.
I missed that.
Yeah, foul is going to be called, a backcourt foul on Conrad M. I think he might have thrown something out there. Now we have 3 new players in for Kings. Jaden Mara is one of them. So is Matt Amano. And also coming in is Cooper Rolfs. No shots. Just under 3 minutes to go at 2:56. As Kings working it around a little bit. McGahee again. Look at that. Back around. You got a wide open player right up top. Well, he had nobody really on him at all. It's just a miss. If I'm a coach, I go, I'm fine with that. You like to make the basket, but at the same time, just the way they work the ball around is a big key. That foul is going to be called on Jaden Mara. Second foul. 16 fouls have been called against Kings, 7 against Overlake. At the foul line is Roman Peterson. Kings with the white uniforms, Overlake with the green ones. So both these teams on top of the conference and division, or in the division, in the Chinook division. Substitution, and that will be a new player in for Overlake. Rohan Chatterjee. He is a senior. Next shot is good. He made one of them. So you've got the Emerald Sound Conference with the Chinook division with Seattle Academy and Kings on top. Then Cedar Park Christian out of Bothell. They're 8-3, 9-4. Overlake is 5-6. Can't quite. Oh, he does. He got the roll. Rolf's getting those 2 points. His first 2 points of the game. It's back to a 20-point lead. Biggest lead for Kings, 22 points, as the Owls have the basketball. So then you've got, so Overlake is 5-6 in conference, 5-6 overall. Bear Creek out there in the Redmond area, 5-7. So Overlake is in Redmond too. Northwest is at 2-11 and the same in conference play. Poor University Prep has not won a game yet this year. They're 0-12.
Oh.
Fouls, he went to the rack.
Well, I think
I'm waiting for a total flush. We haven't seen one yet.
I think he's got the keys to the car. He's just having a little difficulty driving it.
What's that again?
Number 4. He's got the keys to the car. He's just having a little difficulty driving it.
I was writing a foul down, and that is funny. At the foul line will be Jack Wiley. Wiley does not connect on the first one. Alec Odell is in. So over in the other division, that's the Coho division in the Emerald Sound Salute to Salmon League. Eastside Prep is at 7-2, so is Sultan, the Turks, at 7-2. I've always loved that nickname. That's one of my favorite Washington nicknames. Do you have a favorite?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've got your Panthers, and dropping it in on the second one is Cooper Rolfs, so he followed up the other shot and gets it to go in 33-12. I am really fond of the Camas Paper Makers.
Yep, see, there you go.
I think that's a really good. Or over on the east side of the state, the Davenport Gorillas. Underneath, Odell gets it in. Or the Ridgefield Sputters. Not like your car engine is sputtering, but like potatoes. Sputters, Todd, you get it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Of course, most people don't know what sputters. They haven't,
Well, that's the beauty of it. I think R.A. Long is the Lumberjacks down in Longview, and the girls are called the Lumberjills. I believe that's true. I believe that to be true. Oh, he gets another one. Money for Sean McGahee. Good Lord, did he nail that one. Back to a 22-point lead. We may see the mercy rule here, too.
I don't know if that if that 14 is the right score.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that myself. There's a shot over on the other side there. They were off on team fouls, I thought, earlier. That was a three-pointer. Kings with the ball. 7 seconds to go. McGahee handling the basketball. Oh, just fun to watch that one. Matamano with the three-pointer at the buzzer on the pass from Sean McGahee. And at the half, it is 39-17. So Kings outscoring Overlake 22-10 in the second quarter. We're going to take a break, and you can watch some highlights and stuff. We'll be back with the second half. Stay tuned.
Bickford Ford is Western Washington's #1 Ford truck store. Northwest weather is always a challenge, but we work regardless of what's going on outside. Your truck better do more than just come along for the ride. It needs to work as hard as you do. Since 1934, Bickford has been matching the best truck to the right job. And right now, Bickford has 138 F-Series in stock, from the best-selling F-150s to medium-duty F-650s. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish and Bickford.net.
At GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, we know that comfort is more than just the heating and cooling equipment we deliver. It's also the comfort our customers feel with the people they engage with in the process. For over 40 years, residents of Snohomish County have trusted GNS Heating to improve the comforts of their home. And now you can save up to $2,000 on heat pumps and air conditioners during our pre-season cooling sale. Visit gsheating.com today.
Right side is brought down after
player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskin has control.
Championship district tournaments, we have it here on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We are back live here at Kings High School. This is Mike Martin Jim, the founder of Christa Ministries here. And he's not here, but he founded it, but it's named after him. So there you go. And we're having a great time, doubleheader. Kings girls won the first game 57-15, and the boys lead 39-17, a 22-point lead. I looked up and tried to count the banners. It's right around 40. Once I got past 30, I started getting dizzy. So state championship banners here at Kings High School for various sports. You got volleyball, cross country, boys track and field, boys basketball, girls track, all kinds of stuff up there. Volleyball again, girls cross country. It just goes on and on. This is just a proud tradition here at the 1A level. Alley-oop again. Oh, that's the third try. They turn them loose. Now, I understand that Elian Sundquist, who was not on our original roster, but we got word on that he is added as a late add. He is a guy that works hard out there and ends up, if he ends up in and scores a point, he plays football. So if he ends up in the game and then also scores a point, he will hear his brethren over there going nuts for him. Cooper Rolfs ends up hitting the second one. He's got 5 points. Shane McGahee-Fick has 15 points, and he is the leading scorer for both teams. Not only that, but he really had some great passes out there. Didn't he make the second one? There's a steal, and the basket slams it home. Cooper rolls. Keeps adding to it. Should be 42-17. They have not, there's,
No, it was 39.
I know, but didn't he make a foul shot? That one's going to drop in. Roman Peterson. Now we'll go with what they have. 41-19, a 22-point lead. Kings has been in command pretty much from the get-go. Once they started scoring points, they really haven't looked back. They were up 7-2, 10-3, etc.
I got that dunk on replay, so I'm just waiting for a break here, and I'm going to run that in
we want to see
slow
that
motion.
again. They've attempted a couple before that, and then the third one was a charm.
Well, that was they tried a couple of alley-oops.
There is a travel. I see some key sponsors up there and familiar with. I know just from community involvement, Fisher Plumbing, they do a lot of things. We thank them for their sponsorship in the Wallingford Parade, which I'm involved in, and then also Trident Seafoods. The Bundren and Ness families very much involved here at Kings High School. Comes off the rim. And a lot of other great sponsors up there on the wall across the way from us. That's going to go in. Alec Odell. Kings will work it out of backcourt coming up on a couple of minutes into the third quarter. Bringing you the action live here from the vast campus of Kings and Christa Ministries. Comes off the backside. And Owls will give it another shot. I could go over some of how these point scoring aspects have gone. Shane McGahee-Fick with 15 points. There's a drive. Oh, that was sweet. Now 17 for McGahee-Fick. He got the job done. And that one is going to be a push-off. There'll be two shots. Foul's going to go against Kings' Will Poland. That is his second foul. First team foul. Each team with one team foul. So at the foul line with two shots is Alec Odell. And again, Kings with the big 22-point lead. Odell connects on the first one. He's 2 for 3 from the foul line. I see across the way ATI Physical Therapy, Sports Medicine. They're very much involved with the WIAA, the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association. Todd, we're going to see you down there one of these years. One of these years they'll hire you on, I have a hunch, for doing some video work, if the price is right, of course.
Yeah, it's kind of a club down there, so I'm not sure if I'm.
Third foul on Poland, and that is team foul number 2. Again, you have a lacrosse tomorrow night. What is that again?
That is the Wesco Championship. It's going to be between Glacier Peak and Snohomish.
Wow, battle for the Snohomish for the Valley.
Well, Snohomish has beaten Glacier Peak twice this year, so.
Well, and it's hard for a team to win 3 times, but we know how good Snohomish is. Well, so is Glacier Peak in sports, both of them. So that should be a good battle.
It should be.
And what time does that get started?
7 o'clock.
All right, here we go. Interception, drives the other way. Oh, he got fouled. That would have been a 3-point play had it fallen in there. This time the foul is going to go against Odell, his second. 2 shots, and at the line is Jaden Mara. So we want to let people know, if you really enjoy what you're seeing here, please become a sponsor as you get ready to go for the fall season in football, high school football. Of course, you get some pretty darn big ratings for that, don't you, Todd?
Oh, yeah, no, we're off the hook for football.
And then basketball.
Basketball, I think we do.
Fall is right in there, yeah, right after that. But in the fall also, you will be doing
volleyball
and also girls soccer usually. Is that right?
Well, it is a little bit, but it just depends.
Depends on how the schedule lays out.
That's correct.
Shuey with the basket, and a 20-point lead for Kings here in the third quarter. Well, I know you always try to be as fair as you can and squeeze a couple of soccer games in there. And volleyball gets a good audience,
Yeah,
too.
we do a ton of volleyball.
Yeah, lots of volleyball. It's a great sport.
It takes a larger staff to do soccer.
Yeah, volleyball, and I've done several for you. That's ready to roll when we walk in and do our prep. Oh, there's a three-pointer. McGahee Fick from the corner. He's got 20 big ones. That guy's had a tremendous game. I'd say he's our leading candidate for STSPN Player of the Game. Great performance. And Kings is up by 23 points. Her biggest lead has been 25. Oop. That's out of bounds. He rifled it too far. Had a little hard that time, but not a bad notion.
Yeah, you see the arm he put on that? That was a little mustard on that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he might play a little baseball, too. Conrad M., that's that obligatory, well, boy, the Mariners could use him. The Mariners could use us. What does that say?
That's correct.
So,
that's
Kings
just
with the
embarrassing
basketball.
is what that is.
Yeah, one of these days. Next year, maybe. And with the basketball, the Knights, it's thrown out of bounds. So I think, if we're going to switch and talk about that for a minute, I think they've done some really good moves down there at T-Mobile Park to try to build some prospects up. It's just I think there's a lot of people that are just 20 years without making the playoffs. Someone born that year is now going to go into their junior year of college. That's a long time.
I hate to say it, but the last time I watched him, I think, was Randy Johnson.
So that goes back into the 90s, yeah. Way to stay current with the basketball. Well, at least you're honest. I mean, that's one thing I can always count on from you. Kings trying to work again. Watch McGahee Fick. He is exciting. That one's going to rim out of there. Underneath, good ball movement. There it is. That was Conrad M. to Isaac Odell. Got the two Odells out there, Alec Odell and Isaac Odell.
And they're in green.
Yes, they are. These guys, that color combination works really well if they play on St. Patrick's Day. So there's that. Kings, again, with the checkerboard on the side. Push off, and that's going to be called against Kings. That's going to send Jake Shuey to the line.
So he did get the points.
Poland gets the foul. Shuey gets the points to now has 7. I have the foul on Poland. That would be his 4th. A number of changes for Kings. One of them is Linhart, who's in, and I tell you, he had an impressive first half. Fun to watch. Didn't score any points, but he is a presence out there. So is Jordan Hansen, who gets the rebound. Here come Kings out of backcourt in their white uniforms with a checkerboard on the side. What is it? One of the burger company chains has that checkerboard scheme like that. I'm trying to think who it is. But it's creative. I like it. Miss on the shot. Kings battling for the rebound. Owls end up with it. And stolen away. Great defense again by Kings. They've been playing it well on both ends of the court. They led 17-7 at halftime. And at the end of the second quarter, they were up 39-17. So they have been in command.
Well, it helps a little bit also that you can reach to about 13 feet.
Yeah, that's right. Take a quarter off the top of the backboard. Shot is good.
I only mentioned that because that last steal was definitely a height item.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've seen a lot of that and attempted above the rim tactics. They haven't been able to connect on those dunks, but I think it's just a matter of time. Oh, did he use the glass well? And I know it is fun and exciting and the dunks and all, but the old rule is if you're going to take it in there, you better make it. You know, that's a big thing. And they have been using the glass quite well in this game, and it's smart to be able to know how that glass works with the square and all and hitting the right angles to get a shot to drop. And that's the thing, too. And, Todd, you and I have talked about this a lot in the fact of knowing where the basket is, too.
That is right. And, you know, the girls are actually a little bit worse than the guys are. They get too far into the basket quite often.
That is one of the things that they need to work on more. It's for some reason they'll get a little too far underneath and slam it up there, or it'll kind of cram between the rim and the board, and then there's also times it just comes off the bottom of the board. And sometimes it's a height situation. But I like so much of girls basketball, I'd like to think that's going to improve over time.
Yeah, I actually don't know what the cause is. It's just a general overall, we see it a lot, they charging down the court, and they get too far under and they can't make the shot.
Yeah, that's it. And again, just it's pacing and steps to make sure you get in there. Got to get a good angle on it. Look at that. Put a one on the floor and gets it done. Great pass by M. And it's Jake Shuey connecting. He's got 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game. A little bit of a run here for the Owls. That was a beautiful play right there. Count it. First 2 points of the game for Linhart. And he's fouled. Foul is going to be called against Conrad M. And Linhart's going to the foul line to try to make it a 3-point play and give Kings a 20-point lead with 29 seconds to go right here in the third quarter. I would imagine, Todd, you'll have some involvement with NWAC, Community College, when next year gets rolling.
I would imagine. You know, the thing about us is that we put on a pretty good show. Everybody's learned how to stream during this pandemic.
Yes, that's another thing.
But what kind of a show do you put on?
Well,
yeah.
In this case, it's a great show.
You better believe it.
When it comes to high school basketball, I'd like to say it's the greatest show on earth, like the Ringling Brothers used to do. That one is, and sometimes with the two of us, it becomes a full 3-ring circus.
Yeah, I would say.
So Kings will inbound. It's a lot of fun, though.
I'm still dying to show that replay.
Doing what?
I'm still dying to show that.
Oh, the dunk?
Oh, here we go. We can do it right now.
We got to do it right now. 52-32 is the score.
Let's slow
Kings
this down.
up by 20, and we're going to take a look at this dunk.
Okay, here
we
go.
It was fantastic. Watch this. And there you go. Takes it in with the one hand, the dunk, and Kings in command, up by 20. We'll be back.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Hey, Todd, you know what would taste good right now is a parachute punch from Airway Espresso.
You better believe that, and I'm thinking about it right now.
I see that's within reach for you. I don't see myself going over to Snohomish tonight, but it's almost worth it. But are they still be open, you think?
No, they're not open now. I don't think that they're open after like 7 or something like that. But
you can get over for one for breakfast tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to get over one before the Westco Championship tomorrow.
There you go. Now that's just one of the great servings they have, selections they have there at Airway Espresso, right there at Harvey Field.
They have another one called Blue Horizon. Now,
Blue Horizon.
I don't know why they call it a Blue Horizon because it's made with strawberries.
Interesting. Yeah, that really throws you off. Jimmy Duff, who's in the game, will go to the foul line. It's a 20-point lead for Kings, and they have been in the driver's seat for most of this game, virtually all of it. But, yeah, we appreciate Airway Espresso being one of our sponsors. Another one I'd like to talk about is G&S Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning, right?
You better believe it.
And are they still located there by I-5?
Yep, I-5
right there.
And the trestle.
That's fantastic, and they do a great job. So we enjoy seeing their ads there, and they'll take good care of you because we're about to get more heat. So
yes, we are.
If you need to get cooled down, go see them.
And actually, I wanted to put in
a
mini split.
In what now?
I wanted to put in a mini split so I could have some air, but
But you're full of air already.
Yeah, that's. And I wish it would go away.
Here we go. Big shot over there by McGahee Fick. I needed to add that Fick on at the end of it there. I got so just mesmerized with his play in that first half. So an 18-point lead for Kings, almost a minute into the fourth quarter. But Overlake hanging right in there as much as they can, and really not allowing Kings to blow it open to a 30, 35-point lead, at least at this point. And Kings has some substitutes out there. Matamano, then again you see Kings moving the ball well. He's trying to work for the shot, and Overlake doing a good job keeping them outside. One of the players got, I think is that Hansen that goes down, got swatted in the face there. Or in the head, yeah, upper on the forehead. He's slow to get to his feet. And finally we got a timeout. I think he got poked in the eye. Yeah, no, it's Cooper Rolfs, I'm sorry. Cooper Rolfs, number 13 out there.
Was that an eye jammy?
Yeah, I think it was. As he went, they were going for that rebound on the other end. He got poked in the eye. Lincoln Going, who saw action in the first half, is back out there for the Knights now. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. 6:23 to go, fourth quarter, 52-34. This is your home for high school sports, STSPN.com.
No, I think we're playing. You're on.
Oh, we're going to go right back to it because they just took a quick timeout to make sure everything was okay, and they'll be ready to go. And, I'll tell you another thing. Those players are going to be real happy when they don't have to wear the masks anymore.
Man, oh, man, you're not kidding.
So will anybody still wearing them is in the entire world. But at least we were able to get going. I started back announcing in December with the Huskies. So it's felt great. But, the thing is, too, Todd, is that when we were going through it, there's a whistle. It looks like we have a grab that's going to be called against the Owls. They'll sort this out.
Oh, there's going to be a shooting foul.
Oh, it's going the other way. It's going to be against Going. Second foul, 7th team foul. At the foul line is Jake Shuey. I think as we were going through that intensity of the pandemic last year, from March and actually into the early part of this year until the vaccine started rolling out, with just so much uncertainty which makes it seem even longer period of time than it is, because you don't know when it's going to loosen up.
Well, I bunkered down inside because I was really afraid of it.
Yeah, and so if that happens with you, I mean, that's a big statement out there, because we know how active you are. Kept you off the golf course for a while too. Not to mention all the running you do.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm a miler.
Yeah, usually in about a week you cover about a mile.
Oh, yeah, keep it up.
And I'm about the same right now. Keep it up. There's the Owls with the ball. In front court. Now, a day like today is a perfect day to get out. You don't have to push it too hard, break a sweat, but do a walk or something. Around this campus, you could probably drop 2 or 3 pounds walking around the entire length of it.
Ooh, that was close.
That was close. We got a foul. There's a grab underneath. It'll be 1-1.
I think you have to take camping gear if you're going
Looks
to
like
walk
that
around
is
this
going to be on
campus.
Mara, his first. That's funny. You have to take camping gear. Load up on all your outdoor supplies at Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops and then come on over to Kings. No. 1-1 at the foul line is Jimmy Duff. We're getting a lot of people some free plugs today.
Ooh, that was
a nice. He's got nice form.
That was like glass.
It was. They probably have a lake around here too to go fishing.
On the property.
On the property, you guys have a lake. I mean, it's like the Mount Rainier National Park. It's beautiful here. It's beautiful. We're asking one of their experts, the public address announcer, nice guy, the George Carlin lookalike.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't talk about the 7 words here, we'll be in good shape. Kings with the basketball in front court. And we got a foul.
Well, this is a Catholic school, right?
No. It is a Christian school. Not to say that there's not a lot of parallels there, but Archbishop Murphy is a Catholic school,
yeah,
yes. Okay. And this is a Christian school. There is a difference.
Well, there is a difference because the Catholics, they can swear and drink.
Oh, you're going to – oh, man, the phone lines are immediately started lighting up on that.
No. I mean, we do a lot of work over at Archbishop. They'll tell you.
No, they do have a good time. I did PA for them for quite a few years, and they enjoy – they know how to have a good time.
They do.
Some great tailgate parties. Not much time goes by that I don't miss Terry Ennis, the longtime head coach there, and also total success all the way around in high school sports. And lost his battle with prostate cancer in 2007, but what an incredible leader. What a great man.
Didn't he start out where, over at Cascade?
Well, that was where he had a long run, but he actually started at Stanwood and then went to Bellarmine. This is in his early years, building his resume up and what became legendary status. Alec Odell is at the foul line.
Kind of like me.
Has that one come out? Yes. Well, he started there, then he went to Renton High School, was there a long time. I believe he was the athletic director, too, for a stretch. And then he went to Cascade, had an incredible run there. They had like a 50-something game winning streak, and then was the AD for all of the Everett School District before Murphy started to put their football program together in 2000. And then he came in and built a powerhouse. Knocked away.
Ooh,
and it's going to end up. Good job by the Owls. Underneath, there you go. That one's going to be good.
That was
Shuey
a hard
we got a timeout.
2 points.
Well, a timeout has been called, and it will be the Owls taking a break. We'll take a break for 30 seconds here on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We are at Kings High School, 3:49 to go. It's a 16-point lead on what has been a 25-point lead. So the Owls have whittled off 9 points of the deficit. You got to give them full credit for working their way, hanging in there. And Kings has 9 team fouls on them, 4 against Overlake. So Overlake getting some good team play out there and trying to squeeze that deficit down some more. Kings will inbound, and they need to kind of crank it up a little bit, because if Overlake has a couple of good possessions, they can make it interesting. Cut that lead down to 10. Kings around the perimeter. There it is. Big one from over on that side. 19-point lead for Kings as they build it back up. It looks like we're going to see Elion Sundquist. I think that's the case. The football team's up on their feet. Great moves there. Conrad Im. Im's had some nice passes, too. Definitely a bright spot for Overlake.
He saved that one because he was in trouble. He was in trouble in there.
Yes, he was. The big guy's got the basketball, looks around. Ending up with it again is Jordan Hansen, who's had a big game. Underneath, yeah, great pass. Coming through was Rolfs. He finds Linhart and gets it done. You hear the big noise as we got a substitution about to happen. Coming into the game, number 50 you see there, Elion Hansen, or Sundquist. Sundquist in, the entire football team up on their feet. It looks like they've got some rally team people over there too. So Sundquist is a football player and the football team supporting him. If he scores any points, which he very well might, this place will go nuts over there. I've been informed, I've been briefed on this.
Have you?
I've been briefed. Well, you were in the service for a lot of time. I imagine a lot of stuff you handled was confidential, classified.
Little bit more secret, yeah.
10-team fouls now called against the Kings Knights. And we're going to see the Owls send a player to the foul line with a couple of shots. Double bonus now. Number of substitutions. Mark Huang is into the game now. John Rolfe back out there seeing some action. Jimmy Duff out there. Isaac Odell's also on the court and at the foul
Duff
line.
and Odell.
I say that sounds either like a CPA firm
Yeah,
or a law firm. Duff and Odell. If you have had an accident recently and need to get a settlement, make sure to call Duff and Odell.
Well, we might have to call Duff and Odell if we keep going down this path.
Yes, we may need representation. So it's a 19-point lead for Kings. Technical foul called. First shot is good by Shuey. Shuey adding the points up. He's got 13 now. One more to go. I don't think they got the point up. They got to put two of them. Did he make the first one?
He did.
He did. Now, Shuey's got more to go.
You know, one good thing about Mass is the fact that the coaches can swear and yell at people. You can't tell they're talking.
It looks like there might have been a double technical. These guys, they haven't added any of the points up there. It should be a 15-point lead for Kings. There they go. They did it all at once. But the package deal.
Well, you know, it's a lot of pushing the button. If you wait till
why don't you just do it all at once?
That's right.
That's a good point. And then that shows right up because I imagine, do they have a Daktronics?
They don't.
They don't. So you got to kind of be your own. Looks like you're picking it up pretty good though. Pass. Oh, back and forth. Look at that. That was magic. Back and forth. McGahee and Jordan Hansen. Hansen well into double figures. Got 15 for him. 2:18 to go. Fourth quarter action. Kings up by 17 again. Their biggest lead has been 25. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the broadcast and putting up with some of our silliness too. I think it's the heat.
Yeah.
At least that'll be our excuse this time. Foul is going to go against Elion Sundquist, and his rooting section is on their feet. They did not applaud the foul. It is a statistic, so they'll be able to record that. At the foul line is Isaac Odell. Odell connects on it. Roman Peterson and also Rohan Chatterjee is in the game. Who's coming out? Shane McGahee Fick. And what a game he has had. I have him for 20 points and a whole lot of other great stuff. Excellent passes, assists. grab some rebounds, tremendous defense. I'm going to go with him as player of the game. He definitely has earned it. And he will get one of those nice T-shirts, black T-shirts with the STSPN logo on it.
What's his number?
Number 0.
He might need an extra large.
He might need an extra large. Do you have him?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right. You brought the putting in the work. STSPN.com, player of the game. That is great right there.
You like that? Putting in the work.
I do. Because if you don't work hard, you're not going to have results. You can't just have it handed to you.
That's right.
At least that's the world we grew up in.
That is correct.
Shot fired up, comes off the rim.
Ain't nothing free.
Nothing free. That, just like John Rolfe, he had to work for it there, gets it done. And when you work hard, ain't no mountain high enough. Right?
That is right.
Ain't no valley low enough. You got to go for the mountain. Underneath, there it is! They go crazy. Elion Sundquist. You have 2 shirts. I would love to make him co-player of the game. This place will go crazy. Can we do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Elion Sundquist is going to be our co-player of the game with Shane McGahee-Fick. And nearly picked off. Knocked out of bounds. Let me let the PA guy know who we're selecting there. So talk to the audience for a second, would you, Todd? Do a couple of your stand-up routines.
Well, I don't have a lot of stand-up routines, but I think it'll be fun to have the football player, 2 points, player of the game.
All right, mission accomplished, and we got to get the word down. There he is, Elion Sundquist. 4 points and a foul. He's stepping in and getting the job done. Count the basket. That is good for John Rolfe and a foul. 65-49. Kings has got this one.
No, it should be 51. Yep, there we go.
There it is, 51. Excuse me. They're a little slow getting the points up from time to time. They're not used to doing it this time of year. A chance for the three-point play, make it a little more respectable. This is one of those where you go, well, the score is looking a little closer than the game was itself. Coming out of backcourt, Jake O'Hearn in the game. Jake O'Hearn. Let's get as many names out there if they're out on the court as we can. Lucas Pendergast is also out there. Lincoln going. Oh, yeah. 3-point basket. Sundquist gets the big one. 68-52. How about that? Bingo. Great shot by Chatterjee. And that's the end of the game. 68-55. Kings wins it again. That score not as close as the game itself. The Kings Knights could have won it by a total of maybe 30, but they worked other players in. And we're going to take a timeout. The fans across the way find out that Elion Sundquist is the player of the game. And we'll be back with more after this. We'll interview the players of the game, and stay tuned. So, is it Elion, right? Elion, sorry.
Elion Sundquist and Shane McGahee-Fick.
Okay, so
Where'd they go?
Do you want them?
they just took.
You want the players?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for the post game.
I'll go get them.
Oh, thank you.
You in a commercial?
I am not. You were on.
Well, we're still here live, and go up and fire a commercial if you will, Todd. And we'll be back coming up with more here very shortly. We're just trying to get the player of the game all lined up.
Bickford Ford is Western Washington's #1 Ford truck store. Northwest weather is always a challenge, but we work regardless of what's going on outside. Your truck better do more than just come along for the ride. It needs to work as hard as you do. Since 1934, Bickford has been matching the best truck to the right job. And right now, Bickford has 138 F-Series in stock, from the best-selling F-150s to medium-duty F-650s. Bickford Ford, on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish and Bickford.net.
There they are. There are your co-players of the game. We have Shane McGahee-Fick and Elian Sundquist. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. So, first of all, Shane, you did an excellent job. We have you for 9 points in the first quarter, and not just the 9 points. It's always a point focus, but you also played great defense and moved the ball around. Tell us about setting the tempo in this early part of the game.
Yeah, it was good. We had all our seniors starting, obviously, so it was good to get the ball moving, get everyone touches early in the game, play hard defense, keep us on the floor for as long as we could.
Yeah, you sure did. And you guys just kept going at them, built that big lead. They came back, though, on you.
Yeah, got a little shaky there for a sec, but we were able to keep the lead and have a good game.
Yeah, in command, you moved now to 13-1. And Elian, you had quite a cheering section. You play football too, right?
Yeah.
I'm tight end?
I play receiver.
I was gonna. Yeah. Okay. So you had the cheering section for the football team. We got a heads up that they were going to go nuts when you came in the game, and they lived up to expectations. You came in the game, and announcer goes, now if he scores, they're going to take it to a completely different level. And they did. You did, and they did. That had to be a lot of fun for you.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And, I mean, that was my first time ever playing a varsity game, and it was a great feeling. And all my teammates were super supportive and helped me through the whole thing. You know, I don't always know what I'm doing out there, but they helped me make sure I knew what I was doing. So it was awesome. That's
fantastic. Now, what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
Okay, so it was great for you to get an opportunity to be out there and work with your teammates there. You had pretty much where it was right near the end there, and then you came out. What a great performance. Tell us about how you developed your game, because it's really a nice all-around game.
Yeah, thank you. Just started from a young age, trained a lot. Obviously, spending last 4 years with all these guys has been great. Being able to build the chemistry, relationships, that definitely helped me along the way.
What about where you would be going to college? Do you know?
Yeah, I'll be going to Pacific Lutheran University.
Are you going to play for them?
Yeah, I'll be playing basketball.
Awesome. You're going to be playing for the Lutes down there in Tacoma,
yep.
Not too far from home. That'll be a lot of fun for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. What about you? Are you going to go on to college?
Yeah, I'm going down to Santa Barbara City College to go play football for them.
Fantastic. So both of them are going to advance and do well academically, I'm sure, and also play sports. So congratulations to both of you. We got the T-shirts, Todd. There's the other one. Hopefully they're big enough. We'll have you hold them out there, Elian. And unfortunately, I called you Elian at first, and I got it corrected now. So
no
I want to make sure that was okay. And then there you go.
Thank you.
And he's going to get a picture of you there. And there they go. So Todd will put that on the website too and on Facebook. So there you go. Thanks, guys. We appreciate your time. Congratulations. And you guys are playing a tournament too, right?
Yeah, we're playing a tournament.
So that's coming up starting next week.
Mm-hmm.
And good luck. So it was fun to cover your games, both the girls and the boys, both with big wins here today over Overlake. And those guys played hard too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
All right,
Todd, we're going to wrap it up here as both the boys and girls win. The boys win 68-55. The girls win 57-15. A doubleheader sweep for the Kings Knights. So great job. It's nice to see them come by with the checkerboard uniforms on. And, Todd, that's going to wrap us up here for the end of what I'll be announcing during this unique spring. I had a chance to do a soccer game and now overall 3 basketball games. So that's a lot of fun, and Todd does a great job with it. He's going to make sure they get the right sizes on their T-shirts. But we do want to thank the sponsors because they're very important to what we're trying to accomplish here. Airway Espresso, thank you so much. McDaniel's Do It Center, year in, year out. They're there for us. GNS Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning, thank you very much. Gene Johnson Plumbing, Bickford Ford. Todd, you're back in the chair. And I just was thanking our sponsors and thanking everybody who views for high school sports. And you got the lacrosse championship coming up tomorrow. That is correct. He's not got his headsets on, but that is correct. Oh, they're over there. That's right. So, but he does, on behalf of Todd Elvig, he does thank everybody. I'm his interpreter. So he's speaking basic Minnesotan here, right? Yeah, that's where he grew up. And, again, Todd, thank you as always for your 12 years in the Navy, too. I appreciate that. Well, folks, we had a great time out here for the doubleheader. We thank you all for tuning in. And Mark Aucutt for Todd Elvig saying, winning is for today, but sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Thank you and good night.
Basketball live!